Well, they're getting down to the final moments of the game, and Robb Leer is out at the Met to tell us how they did. Rob, what's the score?
Well, Debbie, it should be over, but a real bizarre twist at the end of this hockey game. Still 92 seconds to play. The North Stars are hanging on to a 2-0 lead over St. Louis. Remember, if they win, they go on in the playoffs. But there's been some fighting, some pushing, some shoving. It's delayed things a bit. But let's bring you up to date with the scoring. First period, first shift, first shot on goal. Look for Tony McKegney. He's right there. He scores to give Minnesota a 1-0 lead. Now the Stars go up on the power play. 5 minutes later, it's Wilson to Hartsburg. He waits. He takes his time and shoots right there to score. The North Stars building a 2-0 lead. Jill Malachi has been spectacular tonight. 24 saves for Jilly. They have really been putting the pressure on. The North Stars trying to hang on. The Blues have tried some physical stuff. The North Stars are standing up to it. I'm sure we'll have this score updated, but right now, 92 seconds to play. The Stars lead at 2-0. Now let's bring you up to date on the other Stanley Cup scores. Chicago tonight has pulled off a big win against the Detroit Red Wings, 8-2. The Hawks are on to round 2. Second period, Chicago leads 1-0. Defenseman Doug Wilson takes the shot. Watch the ricochet. Right there, Steve Larimer. As the Chicago Blackhawks win 8-2, they go on in the playoffs. It's all over for the Detroit Red Wings. Other scores, Stanley Cup, you see the Islanders have stayed alive. They beat the Caps 2-1. Philadelphia leads the Rangers late in the game 6-5. Bobby Smith had helped Montreal beat Boston 4-2, and Buffalo came from behind to beat Quebec 6-4. Those teams still alive. Calgary tonight. Lemelin gets the shutout. They beat Winnipeg 4-0. Calgary still on the punt, and Edmonton and LA are skating to a 1-1 tie in the first period. Again, the North Stars score is still 2-0. Out west, the Twins are in Seattle for Game 2 of their series against the Seattle Mariners. Right now, that game is in the 5th. They are all tied up 2-2. First inning, the Twins had the bases loaded. Tom Bernansky at the plate. He'll pop this one to right field. A sacrifice fly that will score Kirby Puckett, and the Twins were on the board. Seattle, though, countered with a couple of runs. In the 4th, Gary Gaetti downtown. Yes, Gaetti over the left field wall, a solo shot. It tied up the score 2-2. Richard Yett started the game for the Twins. He's already been pulled in favor of Kurt Wardle. In the 5th, Twins 2, Seattle 2. Elsewhere, Milwaukee leads Texas tonight. Final score, the Angels over Oakland. The Yankees beat Cleveland 6-3. Baltimore came from behind and edged Toronto 8-7. Elsewhere, the Red Sox over the White Sox, and the Tigers of Detroit beat Kansas City. The Tigers had to come from behind in that one. 8th inning. Tom Brookins droops in this double down the right field line. That knocks in the first of 3 runs in the inning. From there, it was Jack Morris's game. As he was in control of the pitching, Jack struck out 7, gave up just 5 hits. As he's raised his record to 2-0, Tigers win it 3-1. In the National League, the Mets edge Cincinnati. Bottom of the 9th, there he is. Darryl Strawberry puts one over the fence as they go on to beat the Reds 2-1. Their record now a perfect 4-0. It equals the best start ever for the New York Mets. National League scores now. You can see Atlanta in extra innings beat San Diego. Chicago 8-3 over Montreal. Pittsburgh has beaten St. Louis tonight 4-3. In the 8th, Philadelphia leads Houston 3-2. No scores, San Francisco and Los Angeles. College baseball, the Gophers split a doubleheader at Northwestern. They won the first game 4-2. They dropped the second one 6-5. Same 2 teams play another twin bill tomorrow night. 30 seconds to go now. North Stars still hanging on to the lead. It's still anyone's ball game at the Masters Golf Tournament in Augusta. But for now, Raymond Floyd is the leader after round 3. Watch this putt by Raymond on the par 5 13th hole. He slams the back of the cup and drops it for an eagle. That put Floyd at 4 under par, and that's where he ended up thanks to this nifty putt to save par on the 18th. That put Floyd with a 69 and a 1-shot lead in the tournament. Here's the leaderboard. Floyd is on top, only 1 shot ahead of Curtis Strange, who had a 68. Seve Ballesteros and Bernard Langer are 2 under, and Lee Trevino and Tom Watson are still in it. They're at 1 under par. Now Jack Nicklaus, he's still in the hunt. Watch this chip by Jack. Yes, it finds its way in the hole for an eagle. Jack shot a 72. He is 5 shots off the pace. Round 4 set for tomorrow at Augusta. Jimmy Connors had his back acting up on him again today, and that took him out of the WCT tennis tournament in Dallas. Connors was forced to default. That'll set up a semifinal match with Yvonne Lendl, who will take on Tom Walcott tomorrow in the finals. Pro soccer, the Minnesota Strikers closed out their regular season tonight with a loss in Kansas City. The Strikers fell by a score of 7-6. Wednesday night, the Strikers will open up the playoffs. Again, they're winding down now. Less than 10 seconds to play. We'll stay right here. Now they have a whistle. 10 seconds to play. North Stars lead 2-0. For all practical purposes, it looks like we're going to go on in the playoffs. We'll try to update before we leave you. 2-0, 10 seconds to play.
The suspense is killing us, and we'll definitely get back to you. But finally tonight, Jason Davis goes on the road again.